BC's favorite senior lifestyle magazine comes to life. Join us as Senior Living goes on location to bring you the inspiring, informative, and entertaining adventure-filled stories of seniors in your community. Senior Living on location, changing the definition of aging, celebrating seniors living life to its fullest. Sit back and enjoy as Senior Living on Location introduces you to a woman with a special passion for feathery friends, meets a man who's defied disability in his pursuit of golden dreams, and has a barrel of laughs with an ensemble of senior showstoppers. But first, we begin our show with the high-speed thrills of some automotive racing enthusiasts. Hot cars and cool guys. Senior Living just couldn't help keep its hands off this story. And apparently neither could our main men with this passionate hobby. Senior Living on Location was invited by the Old Time Racers Association to Western Speedway in Victoria for a day of pure and unadulterated fun.
It's just the thrill of going fast and turning left. I've been doing it since 2001. I'm 67 years old now, and I plan on doing it for another couple of more years, I hope. It's gentleman type racing. We don't race for points. We don't race for, all we race for is a bragging right for trophies, and that's about it.
Dennis is just one of many automotive racing enthusiasts who's part of the Old Time Racers Association. Ranging in age from 18 to 72, these guys restore cars originally built from between 1928 and 1939 and convert them into race cars. OTRA has been in existence in Victoria for 35 years. To date, the group is the longest continually running class on Vancouver Island.
I started out racing mini stocks, the cars that are just behind you there, and did that for about 4 years, and then for 8 years I did road course racing in Vancouver, Seattle, and Portland. I did the Molson Indy twice in my road course car, and then back into this. Really enjoying the old-timers car.
But at age 71, we were curious if this hobby might be a little too much excitement for the heart.
This is the only thing that gets it going.
The majority of those who are involved in the association are 50-plus years of age. Most are men, most come from varying backgrounds and experiences, and all of them have a passion for automobile restoration and racing.
Ron's the oldest at 71, and we've got ages from 16 to 71-year-old drivers. It's absolutely phenomenal. The club's been around for 35 years, our 35th year. It's one of the oldest running clubs in Canada, actually.
Stock car racing was originally a competition between cars that hadn't been altered from their original factory build. But as times changed and technology advanced, the sport evolved, of course. These days, cars still have a semi-stock build, but they're a bit different under the hood than the vehicles on your local dealer's lot.
Our old-timers, they're an old-time body with a racing chassis underneath them. Our bodies are 1928 to 1939. And that's all they're all steel. The roof, from the roof down, is original. All the rest of it's obviously been changed to become a race car.
And if this is a hobby you'd like to pursue, just make sure you have anywhere from $2,500 to over $10,000 in pocket change for the car. And then let's not forget maintenance.
This is where the fuel comes out of the car and down in the big cell down here. It holds about 8 gallons, and it costs us about $70 for a night.
The Old Timers Association, as do many classic car racing clubs, combines a sense of nostalgia, history, sportsmanship, and camaraderie. The racers of OTRA really take pride in their cars. But there's a little more to this association. As much as they enjoy a day on the track with friends and adrenaline pumping, they're also actively involved in a number of fundraising events for the community. This year, the club is racing for breast cancer awareness.
Racing for the Cure came about with some friends of ours, and we lost a friend here from the racetrack at the end of the year with cancer. And Ron Simpson, who you've talked to earlier, lost his daughter to cancer this February. So I've decided I wanted to do something for cancer, and it's been awesome. First night out, I won the first race of the year, and with not only that is all of my sponsors are donating $100 to cancer for every win I get this year, which is just phenomenal.
The Old Timers are just one of many car groups that bring people of all ages together to enjoy and celebrate automotive history and racing.
It's just about everybody getting together and having a great time. We go out and race. We're friends after the races, but you put a helmet on, we're also competitive too, so it's lots of fun.
My wife thinks that this should be the last night, but it isn't going to be. I'd do it another 2 or 3 years, as long as I can, as long as I'm enjoying it.
It's addicting. It is. I've been out this racetrack since I was 10 years old, so I've been out here for 45 years being involved with racing, and I've been driving for the last 25 years. It is very addicting. You get into that race car and there's not a worry in the world when you're in that race car. You're out there competing against somebody else and everything else is gone. It's phenomenal. You'd have to really experience it to feel it.
The seniors involved with OTRA are extending their passion and knowledge about cars and racing into an activity that they can continue to pursue as they age.
Senior Living on Location is produced by Senior Living Media, celebrating seniors in our community.
Daniel Westley is in his early 50s, and his is an incredible story of triumph over life circumstances. You can Google Westley and easily obtain information about him, especially his fame in the Paralympic Games and his multiple gold medals when he participated in both the Summer and Winter Games in a wide range of sports that included everything from wheelchair racing to skiing. And, of course, his train accident at the age of 13, which caused him to lose his legs.
I started racing a wheelchair, and then I got into some wheelchair basketball, and then I went into some tennis, and then some skiing, and throughout all of those, you know, I made the challenge to see how good I could get as my my motivator. You know, so I went from a provincial level teams to national level, and then competed at the Paralympic level, and was able to bring home medals to Canada from both summer and winter sports. I've been involved in promoting the disabled sport throughout history, it seems like, and in doing that, you know, I became part of the bid committee to bring the Vancouver 2010 games to town. And then in promoting those games, I was able to get involved in some of the more artistic ends of things, like the ballet piece that I did, and that was a pretty unique you know, thing to challenge myself with.
What makes Daniel Westley an attractive human being and an inspiration is the fact that he continues on as he ages to demonstrate to people of any age that living through any challenge that life presents you is learning that it's not about what you can't do, but about what you can, no matter how extraordinary or just plain ordinary.
Okay, these are the pending codes. I'm really concerned about these ones that are highlighted.
Well, right now I'm in this great work where I get to help people out with their wheelchair needs. You know, my background, like you know already, is in wheelchair sports, and I grew up basically in a wheelchair. So I get to hand over that experience and that understanding to people that are just new into the wheelchairs. And it's pretty rewarding business.
Daniel credits more than just drive and fitness to his athletic success and current healthy lifestyle. He's also been practicing Transcendental Meditation. During his competitive days, he wanted an outlet where he could relax and recover hard.
So with meditating, you just get a chance to step back a little bit and then bring a little bit more freshness into your activity.
If that's not impressive so far, we can add soapstone sculpture to the mix of talents.
I've been, I mostly been doing human form because it's a challenge. And with stone, you get a chance to revisit it again if you need to.
And why were we surprised to hear that Daniel never took any formal training or classes? He just did it by trial and error. Daniel, now retired as a competitor, of course, not only works at MediChair helping people of all ages, even some veterans, to adjust to their disabilities and get on with their life, but is actively involved in giving presentations at schools and community groups, sharing his story, and creating awareness about disabilities and people's ability to achieve anything they put their heart and mind to. And we had to ask, of course, what his biggest inspiration in life was, and his answer was surprisingly simple.
Well, my biggest inspiration as I moved forward was my mom. You know, I got involved with a lot of different very powerful people, you know, that were involved in the sport, but it was still just to show my mom what her kid could do.
Senior Living on Location is produced by Senior Living Media, celebrating seniors in our community.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 8th annual production by the Vaudevillians in support of our bursary at Douglas College.
The handsomest girls is what I court.
Like Barnacle Bill the Sailor.
Well, it started 10 years ago. There was a group of people who were centered in Cloverdale at that time. So we got together and started rehearsing and started doing some shows. And here we are 10 years later.
Drawing on other like-minded seniors from the Lower Mainland, the group has quickly grown into what you see today, an accomplished cast providing a fast-paced, family-type entertainment.
The things I love about vaudeville is the companionship and the camaraderie of the fellow cast members, the love of music, the love of performing, and it's just an outlet. As seniors, you become isolated perhaps. This gets me out and doing things, makes me feel young.
Every member of the Vaudevillians is an amateur performance artist, whether it's playing an instrument, singing, dancing, or just being able to get up in front of a large group and tell a great joke.
Hey, Dorothy, do you know what the grape said when the elephant stepped on it?
No, what did the grape say to the elephant?
Well, it didn't say anything. It just whined a little.
The troupe performs around the Lower Mainland, senior centers, private functions, anyone that will sponsor them, really. And every year they put on a grand show, all in support of youth in the performing arts.
We have a constitution, and it's to raise funds for performing arts students at Douglas College. And to that end, every November we do a concert and the proceeds go to our bursary. The bursary right now is approaching $70,000. That's an awesome achievement, I think, for a bunch of old seniors.
When people write their songs of love, they write of one another.
If the Vaudevillians is something you'd like to try your hand at, there is a prerequisite.
You have to be 55 and up. Right now, I believe our youngest member is 63 and our eldest member is 90. Vaudeville keeps you young.
At 84, the oldest lad in this troupe. But when I found the Vaudevillians, I discovered the fountain of youth.
I'm the youngest man here at 68, but I'm still old, rough, mean, and tough, and I can still slam a revolving door.
I'm the baby of the group, but I don't worry about getting old. Birthdays are actually good for you. Studies show that people who have the most live the longest.
You know, after 50, if you don't wake up every morning with every joint in your body aching, you might be dead.
There are 23 performers in the troupe and a small backstage crew. The cast averages 25 shows per year and rehearses 10 months of the year. The company makes no money for themselves, so everyone involved does it for the love of the art form. Besides performing, the group has also participated in hosting performance workshops in local high schools and senior centers.
Well, I've always enjoyed singing, and that's why I joined, of course, and then it's not too far from where I live. So
that was a good thing too. But it's a lot of fun.
We're all very proud of the fact that we are seniors, and our shows are really high energy shows, and we really feel that we're blessed to be able to do what we're doing.
Here's a group of seniors who are taking their passion for performance and not only keeping busy year-round performing, but also bettering their community by raising funds to support youth in performing arts.
Senior Living on Location is produced by Senior Living Media, celebrating seniors in our community.
They're exotic and beautiful, and they are also loud and can suffer from extreme emotional and physical distress, a far cry from what we think owning a bird is all about. Wendy Huntbatch runs the World Parrot Refuge, one of North America's largest refuges for unwanted pet birds. More than 800 discarded birds live here.
We provide a home for life for previously owned pet parrots. It's a sanctuary, so the birds stay here for the rest of their lives. They don't get adopted out, we don't breed them, we don't sell them, we don't give them away to people. They come here, they stay here.
The refuge is home to a large and ever-growing parrot population, many of whom arrive in various states of emotional and physical distress. Wendy specializes in rehabilitating these birds with lots of love, a good diet, toys to help them learn to play, and above all, enough space to move about and feel a sense of freedom. Most importantly, the refuge provides the birds a place where they can spend the rest of their lives without fear of losing their home or their loved ones. You must remember that some of these birds can live up to 100 years.
Birds, particularly parrots by nature, are flock birds. I mean, you look at crows, you know, they're flock birds because a prey species. Any prey species stays in a large collection of anything, you know. Deer, they stay in a herd. Prey species do, it's for their own protection. So when people have a parrot with its wings clipped, locked up in a cage, it's terrifying for that bird.
Though people's hearts may be in the right place, most don't seem to realize what's involved in owning a bird. Those that do usually find themselves face to face with a beautiful, vividly colored bird who greets them with a boisterous hello. Instantly, the person is smitten, and minutes later they're driving home with their new parrot. Most have no idea that these birds have special dietary requirements or that they need to be handled and let out daily. And let's not talk about the noise and destruction they can cause.
Parrots do not make good pets. They seriously don't. You may see Earl doing this. You should see what he can do to your house. The noise that he can make can easily drive you out of your mind. And sounds funny, but truly, when they go on and on and on and the screaming doesn't stop, it's not because they're bad birds and have behavior problems, which is what we hear a lot. They're calling for another parrot. They're calling for a response.
Wendy says there are many misconceptions when it comes to birds.
People think they speak English. They copy words and they say them at the right time. If I pick keys up, bye-bye, because when I pick keys up, I say bye-bye. So they know what that next sound is. They also make the sound of the microwave, but they don't speak fluent microwave either.
In fact, most parrots won't even mimic words or sounds. They just squawk. And another interesting fact to note is that certain birds, like the African gray, rarely like the person who buys them. Wendy Huntbatch has made it her mission in life and in her retirement years to rescue, care, and educate people about birds. Some of the birds that Wendy has rescued have been physically and mentally abused.
She was pulled out of a drug house and they broke her toes.
As a result, they will self-mutilate and pull out all of their feathers, and some even bite right down to the bone. Other birds self-mutilate because their basic needs have not been met, and they are many. Not only is Wendy a senior pursuing a unique passion as she ages, but she's also a heroic example of a senior facing extreme health issues. Wendy has undergone chemo for stage 4 cancer, but that doesn't seem to deter her from living life to the fullest. She's filled with so much positive energy from the work she's doing that her pain has taken a back seat to her passion. One particular little feathery fellow has a special connection to Wendy because he was diagnosed with cancer at the same time she was. Wendy has also allowed the EARS organization to operate out of her property as well. All of the rabbits here have been rescued from the University of Victoria and have all been spayed and or neutered.
We have 22 acres of property here. It belongs to my husband and myself. It's donated actually to the parrots when we pass on.
The World Parrot Refuge, located on Vancouver Island, is run by a volunteer program with a few paid key staff. Admission to the educational center, the on-site gift store, and regular fundraising programs help pay for the operational costs. Wendy also has huge accolades for Save On Foods, as the company donates thousands of dollars worth of food each week in the form of fresh fruits, vegetables, and nuts, the mainstay of a bird's diet. Wendy provides an amazing level of inspiration and shows off the fact that no matter what your age or health concern, there's a lot you can do to continue to live an active lifestyle and to make a difference in the world and community around you.
It's beautiful. You did a wonderful job.
Do you have a great story idea about seniors living life to the fullest? Senior Living would love to hear from you. Your inspiring story idea could be featured in an upcoming episode on Senior Living on Location or in our monthly BC-wide Senior Living Lifestyle magazine. To send us your idea, visit our website at seniorlivingmag.com and follow the links to our Contact Us page, or simply email us at production@seniorlivingmag.com.